Assalamu alaikum. May be seated. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and Merciful, to whom all praise is due, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the Lord of all the worlds. He alone came to you and I in the year of 1930, 4th day of July. And I thank him for coming here.
Yes, sir.
To these 40, 50 snakes now.
Right.
I thank him for coming.
Yes, sir.
I thank him for Messenger Elijah Muhammad
Yes, sir.
because we was in such a terrible condition.
That's right.
No teacher, no preacher,
Right.
no deacons, nobody but the devil
That's right.
to guide us. But today, we have all we need, and that is the truth from God himself,
That's right.
who came in person. Not a man that came and said that he is God and was not God,
That's right.
but said that he was God. And we can't find him no place in the books or Bibles or whatnot that you find. You can't find nothing there but him being God in person. Brother and sister, I'm glad to see this number of you present today.
Yes, sir.
All praise is due Allah. Maybe one day they won't be so cold, it might get hot.
Yes, sir.
And this is a good sign of it, that you're going to have a hot summer. And the poles are changing.
That's right.
The North Pole in a few more years will be sitting in the south, and the South Pole will be in the north. We won't have any summer in the winter in the north. We'll have winter in the south.
Yes, sir. Listen.
We see it, that it's going there now.
That's right.
It's freezing weather now in Miami, Florida.
That's right. That's right. Listen. Go ahead and teach to me.
Jacksonville had plenty of snow.
Yes, sir.
So we find that, well, California's getting cold too,
That's right.
because she's around water. All of those places where we used to have hot weather, you're going to get zero weather and below. It's got to make a change to wake up somebody.
Right.
And the person that is asleep is none other than the so-called American Negro.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else is wise but you and me.
Right.
We are the dummies. Master Farad said we were so dumb that he classed us next to the hog. The hog is a very dumb animal,
That's right.
and we are next to him. Now I want to read something before we get started. I don't want to be here until it's dark. When it gets dark, we want to be gone. And it won't be long before it will be dark. This is by the messenger. I love to read it. Everybody here knows it. They have heard me read it from time to time. The black man.
Yes, sir.
According to the word and teachings of Almighty Allah, God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever, whom the world has long awaited and looked for to come to take over the power to rule the nations of the earth. The black man is the first and the last, if there shall be a last.
Right.
The black man is the origins of life on our planet and other planets that are rotating around the sun with us at a various distance. We are 93 million miles on an average from the sun. Our other planets are nearer and farther away. But wherever life exists in the universe, the black man is the origins of that life. This is one of the most glorious, valuable message and teachings that ever could have come to the black man.
That's right.
The one who has been bound in chain of ignorance, spiritually blind, deaf and dumb, to the knowledge of self, only now to be awakened by Allah God, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever, into the greatest and wisest knowledge and wisdom of the divine supreme being of any nation that ever lived. The black man of America was spiritually put asleep by his enemy, the white race.
That's right.
Hating himself for being black and white, which is unalike. A made color by black that was grafted out of black. A white color, which is the number one grafted color, which is now independent color, because it now contains no part of black, brown, or yellow. It is the aspect of the grafting for the color white. It cannot be grafted farther. Here you have the divine teachings that white came out of black. As you know, you cannot take black out of white.
That's right.
It is the impossibility.
That's right.
The white people, the devils, because they were made devils,
Right.
were not to live and rule forever. Their time was limited to 6,000 years, which end in 1914. Since 1914, the white race has been given an extension of time due to the lack of our knowledge of self. They were to be destroyed. Look into your Bible and Holy Quran. The earth and its peoples must go under the rules of the owners of the earth and people. We, black nation, are the rightful owners of the heavens and earth, because it was a black man who was the father of human beings. Therefore, since we are the descendants or children of the first father, who was the creator of life, this makes us children of God. and gods. Though children in the knowledge of being gods, because of the deprivation of the knowledge of self for the past 6,000 years, under the rules of non-owners of the heavens and earth. Black is the color you and I should love, because it is the color of the God who originated the heavens and the earth.
That's right.
Lighter colors come under light conditions or through grafting, but the first life came out of darkness. And therefore has the color of that which he was created from. Love your black self and do good to yourself and others like yourself. Get away from the deceitful teaching that you should love everybody.
Right.
Because this includes the devil.
That's right.
Who is the white race. Go to the temples of Islam that are following me, Elijah Muhammad, and join. Put your name on our register there, and not on the register of the church, which is ruled and owned by the white man, and which is to your destruction.
Right.
By Elijah Muhammad, Messenger of Allah. I love to read that because there's so much good in it.
Yes, sir.
That we should understand and know. There may come a time when that will be all of your lessons for the first time in the nation of Islam.
Yes, sir.
Because we must have this knowledge when the evil man has been destroyed. We must know this. Many a times I have heard Master Farad say that if you don't have some knowledge of self, if you didn't have the time to get it, to get that knowledge of self, then you believe in Allah and believe that you are the rightful owners of the earth. There is much to be taught. And some people have asked me and said to me, why do you teach the same that Elijah taught? I said, why does the preacher use the same book, Christianity? If you can tell me to change and show me the good of the changing, I would.
Right. That's right.
But there is no such thing.
That's right.
That's right.
There are people today, many of them have never heard the teachings that of Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
Right.
May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. There are people who was young at the time that he passed away. Young men, young girls. And today, they are in their 30 years of age and knows nothing about Elijah Muhammad.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. That's true.
So I have to keep it a-going.
Right.
I have to keep it in the people's eyes so that they will know that a messenger was sent from God to bring to us the real truth that we have been so much deprived of. It is easy to keep in mind. It is easy to obey. It is easy to have. Now, but it was hard before he came. Because before 1930, we had no knowledge of a messenger coming to us and was reading it every day from the Bible. We didn't know the Quran because we had none.
That's right.
The Quran made its way through plentiful at the coming of Messenger Elijah Muhammad. Others didn't have it in 1929. Others didn't have it. You couldn't find a man walking the street with a Holy Quran on his arm preaching the religion of Islam.
Right.
Not until the coming of Master Farad and he resurrected Elijah Muhammad to us. The only man was to come to us. There has been others coming before 1930 with some kind of pots that they learned from some book to try to say that they are our leader. Like Noble Drew Ali.
Yes, sir.
He was a man that Master Farad said just learn his ABCs and then he goes out to say that he is a leader of black people.
Right.
When he didn't have enough knowledge of Islam to teach anybody. Master Farad said he was a smeller, one that had a smell. He just smelled Islam, and that's all. There's others now, if we would say Gava, he didn't teach any Islam at all.
That's right.
Whether he knew the knowledge of it, he didn't mention it. And if he had mentioned it, they would have killed him outright.
That's right.
If he had mentioned it. The same as they told the messenger, says 20 years ago, if you had come to teach Islam, we would have killed you outright. They told him that while he was in prison. And today, Islam is all over the earth, almost. What it meant about when the end would come, when this teaching is heard all over the earth, it means when every ear have heard the knowledge of Islam, then that will be the total end of all the wicked people, whether he be white or black.
That's right.
Islam came to unite black people so that they would be saved on the day of judgment. And this is judgment now.
That's right.
But as I read to you what the messenger says, they had an extension of time. And that extension meant until our people wake up. If we wake up tonight, tomorrow night, you won't see a white man.
Right. Right.
So that is the thing today, that you and I should court our black people that we know so they can help you to bring others into Islam.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
We had many people in the city of Detroit, black people, that was following Messenger Elijah Muhammad. And I say to you, many of them today is in bad shape.
Right.
Because they destroyed that what Elijah gave them.
Right.
Now the judgment is peeping and knocking at our door every day. How are you going to be saved?
Right.
How will they be saved? Who will save these people? I don't say I am the one going to save you. You have to save your own self.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what Master Farad taught us. You have to save your own self. Because I wouldn't be the man to tell you which way to go. He said there will be a man on every corner of the street will tell you what directions to go.
Yes, sir.
I'm here just to fulfill what I promised. And that is to keep letting you know that judgment is on its way and it's here today. That's my promise. I promise it. I will do so if we don't have but one or two people.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
I'll continue with them. Because on our register we can show 2,000 people has been here
That's true.
and joined with us.
That's right.
We can show it more than 2,000.
That's right.
Now, where are they? We don't believe what John say.
That's right.
We don't want to be with John. John think he's too proud. No, I am not a proud man, and I don't seek being proud. I'm not a man to come to you and tell you to lie. I don't seek that. I don't come to play with people because I'm the father of 14, so my wife said. The father of 14. I don't have time to play with you.
That's right.
I can go back home and shoot marbles all day tomorrow.
That's right.
So I don't have time to lie to people.
That's right.
People say I tell lies. But last Tuesday, was that last Tuesday or Tuesday before? Tuesday before, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Tuesday forward.
Men talk with me concerning Messenger Elijah Muhammad
That's right.
in conference with them Muslim people who knew Messenger Elijah Muhammad. But some thought he was alive. But the messenger had taught me what question to answer when one tells me that he is alive. Before he died, he told me the answer of those questions. Well, he says too again, he says, nobody wants to see the death of their leader. And that is true.
That's right.
Right.
Who wants to see their leader dead? Nobody. And he said to me, he says, many people will not believe that I am dead after I am dead. They won't believe it because they don't want to see me dead. But if he was alive today, I would and know where he was at. Most of us, Satan, will try to go to him and tell him, so brother, we need you now worse than we did in 1930.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
That's right.
So I'm just here as a promise that I would keep it up until my visitor comes. And when he comes, then you keep it up. And if the other things should happen, then you say when you cause him to die, now you is our watcher. You say that to Allah. When you cause John to die, you now is our watcher. I say those things to you because I am a meat man just like you. All persons, people are subject to death. And it comes sometime when you have no idea. As Master Farad taught us, he says, what my 11 brothers don't do, what I don't do, my 11 brothers will.
That's right.
He was talking about the Battle of Armageddon. That he don't destroy, his 11 brothers will. Which meaning that we outnumber the devils 11 to 1.
That's right.
And we are so powerful that we can destroy 4 devils with 1 black man.
That's right.
That's how powerful you are. 4 devils cannot whip 1 black man. We think they can because we fear them. But when we get the fear away from us, we tear 4 white men up.
Right.
1 man.
That's right.
That's what he told us. And the Holy Quran backs it up. It says that when one hit you, and if it hurt, you land one on him, and it hurts 10 times more than that one he land on you.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So you can fix them up easy, can't you?
Yes, sir.
It is proved by the black champions of the world.
Right.
Now, there's no white hopes anymore for championship of the world.
Right. That's right.
If you remember Joe Louis, a boy that I know long before he ever left school, when he lived on McDowell, on the east side, we both was going to school together. I'm just a little bit older than him. He told me that he was going to be champ one day. And I saw that man very poor, riding on an ice wagon with his father, with his stepfather. I thought a lot of him, he thought a lot of me. And I seen them go back and get old-time champions trying to whip Joe Louis.
Right.
He beat up everything come before his face. He whipped him. Some said it was a fix when the German Smelling fought him. No, that wasn't a fix, I don't believe. If it was for them to get more money. Joe was called a deadpan. When he opened his mouth, he was hurt. And he opened his mouth. He got 56 punches to his jaw by Max Mellon. 56. So he was a great fighter. Muhammad Ali, man, I met and know him very well. Not as long or as good as I did Joe Louis. Great fighter. He said that Joe was too slow, that he could have whipped Joe. And the question was asked Joe when he said it, you think he could have whipped you? Joe said he might have could. Because Joe shuffled, he was slower than Ali. You had champions holding 2 and 3 titles, one man. Great man, ain't it? To hold 3 titles. Henry Armstrong had 3 titles. And no champ has ever come back and would again to be champ 3 times in no history like Ali did of heavyweight. But it messed him up.
Right.
That's something I wish they would destroy. Fist fighting in the ring. It messes the head up.
Right.
Well, we are not to talk about them, because I'd be talking about them longer than I want to talk about them. Whose Christmas is this?
Yes, sir.
Whose Christmas?
Good Christmas.
Good subject.
From our Savior has arrived.
Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Go ahead, teach me.
Christmas Day.
Right.
Crack, all kinds of weeds,
Right.
all kinds of whiskey, all kinds of beer.
Right. That's right.
Every gambler gonna be around the table.
That's right. Come on.
Every prostitute
Right.
gonna try her hand.
That's right.
Every preacher gonna try his.
That's right.
You'll be drunk. Them that don't drink gonna taste it and for a little tardy. I'll put a little sugar in mine, a little water. I don't drink.
Right.
Biggest whoremonger in town. That's him. Cause he don't drink. Preacher used to say that used to come to New Mount Zion Baptist Church. I won't call his name. I know his name, but I won't call him. Every time he come there, he wanted a different sister to sit on Daddy's knee. Come and sit on Daddy's knee. He didn't care whether she was married or single.
Yeah.
The worst people on Christmas Day
Right.
can't preach unless he's full of whiskey, a lot of them.
That's right. That's right.
And they're going to talk about Jesus' birth. Mary gave birth to Jesus from the God.
Right.
Biggest lie ever been told.
That's right.
No woman, no animal,
Right.
no fish,
Right.
nothing in the water, nothing out of the water,
That's it. Go ahead.
nothing in the heavens and nothing in the earth
That's right.
have ever give birth from God Almighty, and it come through the womb of that person. Never. Why would he come to Mary to give birth to this woman when 4,000 years ago, according to Bible, he made the man and the woman.
Right.
Now he got to come back to the earth and pick up a devil white woman.
Right.
a Jew, right?
That's right. Go ahead, teach.
So she can give birth to his son, and you never saw him.
Right.
Always, he back in the back room shooting dice.
Right.
Never show, never comes up. But today, the truth has come. It is known through the world of black people in the Eastern world, and it should be known to all black people in the Western world.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right.
There never was such thing. Giving birth. Look, why didn't they take Adam's wife, first woman Eve? Why didn't they say that that son that she got from the Lord, right? The book says that she got a son from the Lord. Why wasn't he the first one? Why didn't they call his name Jesus?
Right.
Why didn't the other one there in Isaiah, who claimed that was the Son of God? Why wasn't he there in Isaiah? Why wasn't he the Son of God? Why does Isaiah say, concerning my sons, ask me about them?
Right.
The God saying that in Isaiah. Concerning my sons, ask me. How many of us have ever asked God, who is your son, God? Didn't know them do that.
That's right.
They said, Jesus is your son.
Right.
Made him to be a whoremonger.
That's right.
Even made him to take side with a woman that was a prostitute. Made
right.
Jesus to take side with her.
That's right.
That's right.
And today, look what we are doing ourselves. In a world of sins that we could not get out of any of it unless God came. God had to come himself. And when he come, he said, unite, black man. You are the cream of the earth.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
That's right.
That's what he come and told us. Unite together. All Christian people beginning now to get high
Yeah.
for tomorrow.
Right.
Starting now.
That's right.
Some of them started before.
Yes, sir.
Teach it, brother.
Teach.
When we brought our papers here to the temple the other night that we went and got, Friday night, on our way home, my son was driving and fell in front of us. I said, that man is drunk. He started early. And his car was just like this. Just like a snake wobbling across the road.
Yes, sir.
I said to my son, I said, look, don't stay behind him, and if you pass him, be sure that you get out of his way.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Because if you stay behind him, you might hit him.
That's right.
If you get in front, step on it.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
I'll pay the ticket.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. So he looked back. He did as I told him to do. He looked back. I said, did he turn off? I didn't see him from the side mirror. He said, yes, sir. He turned off back there somewhere. I said, okay. I said, now you slow down.
Yes.
You see, you never know, but you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Sir.
The messenger writes on page 168, chapter 32, our Savior has arrived. I want to read what he wrote, and then I'm going to read you some out of this book. Then we're going to stop. I want us to read a little of this, then we're going home. Not long, because today we know that this is not Jesus' birthday. He was not born in the month of December. He was born in September. The messenger writes, let us quote, if you look at the emblema's, which represent these two religions and understand their meanings, you will say, how could I have ever been a Christian?
Right.
These two he's talking about. If you could ever understand this one and that one there, you would wonder, how could I ever been over here? That's what he's saying. Or ever to have believed in such a religion which will display such a gruesome sign, a murdered prophet to beck on me on a path to murder. He's saying, how could you kill a man on a cross and then you beckon to me to come on and let us get into this religion, Christianity?
Right.
How could we do that?
Right. Right.
That's what he was saying there. Beckon. The whole history of the white race is written in the shedding of innocent blood. They killed the righteous. Do you not hear how openly they speak of killing me and my followers?
Right.
Just look at that.
Yes, sir.
Look how they do outright open tell you that they wants to kill you.
That's right.
J.B. Stone,
Right.
the wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, when he wrote his first letter to the messenger, I was there at his house, and as he opened it, a great big thick envelope there. When he opened it, he began to look and see where it come from. He shoved it over to me. He said, read, brother. Read about what this devil is writing to me.
Yes, sir.
When he opened it, I saw that I was the second man reading after him. I was number 2 there in his house when the letter came. That's the one he answered in Message to Black.
Yes, sir.
Muhammad Speaks. Don't worry, I'm going to put it right back out there for you to
Yes,
see
sir.
it again.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have a little fun before he kill us.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
But if you get with me, he ain't going to bother you.
That's right.
He won't bother you.
That's right.
Nope. No, he sure won't bother me because I'll die first before I let him bother me.
You're gonna laugh first.
I'll do like the Indian do. I saved one for myself.
Yes, sir.
So you won't never take my scalp. No. I take it myself. So, and I won't do that because Allah promised me that He was with me.
That's right. Yes, sir. That's right.
That's what makes me brave today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brave.
That's right.
Because of what God promised me.
Yes, sir.
Not what somebody else promised me,
Right.
but God promised it to me.
That's right. Listen. A lot of money.
And He has always been with me.
Yes, sir.
I have came very close to death. Very close. More than one or two times. I have came real close to it. I showed the brother here last week where that in the freezing rain where the truck was going over the skyway in Chicago.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Showed it to them how Allah saved my life
Yes,
and
sir.
the other brother's life.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir.
So we come all the way to Detroit. Took us all night long to get to Detroit with that truck. Day was breaking when we got home, and we left while the sun was shining in Chicago. Snow and freezing rain is something. Try to keep out of it if you can.
That's right.
That's our bad driving when it's raining and it's freezing. When it hit, time it hit what it's going to hit, it's ice. He was with me.
Yes, sir.
Other things have happened. He was with me. Things have happened before He came. He was with me
Right.
because I had to see you.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
That's right. That's right.
Me and you had a date,
That's right.
That's right.
and I haven't missed that date.
That's right. That's right. Right.
The messenger continues saying, do you not see how they go in gangs, armed to the teeth,
Yes, sir.
to kill me and my followers? They try to provoke us to strike back at them, innocent people upon whom they prey. Innocent people. Wanting you to strike back so he could blow your head clean off.
That's right. That's right.
That's all right, buddy. I heard him say, God Almighty, what I don't do, my 11 brothers will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So since he said that we are gods and the children of gods, you heard me read it just now?
Yes, sir.
Since he said that, then we are the children of gods. So what we don't do, we won't bother you. We'll stand back. We won't bother you. But what we don't do, our 11 brothers will.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because we are the children of God, that you provoke God to anger. They attacked our meeting places like wild jungle creatures, actually shoot up the walls of our temples to show their hatred of the righteous and the right doer, without any cause whatsoever. As you see and know, we carry no weapons, but this is no defense or excuse to the white race. which is by nature made to attack and kill the innocent without an excuse.
That's him, brother.
Right.
That's right, when you said dog.
That's right.
Dog attacks when he wants to attack you.
That's right.
He'll sneak up behind you, jump up on your shoulders and get to your throat.
That's right.
That's why he fights.
Right.
They go in carloads and truckloads, riding the poor innocent black sections to take our lives without any cause of provocation. Whatsoever reckon our poverty, knowing that we have no arms, they cowardly, evilly come in great numbers, as though they expect a great army to rise up against them, cowards.
Right.
They have no respect for good. They bomb our black Christian brothers' churches in the South.
That's right.
They shoot them down on highways, in their homes, and on the job.
That's right. That's right.
Anywhere he can satisfy his lust for blood,
Right.
a bloodthirsty, wicked human being,
That's right.
beast. And today we are still saying nothing because we want to integrate with them.
That's right. That's right.
They go out on the streets and run down the poor black man to take his life with no excuse except their hatred of him and to bear witness to the truth of himself that he is the devil.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
They have the nerve to tell the poor innocent victim, black man, that the teacher of the truth is teaching hatred
Right.
of him. Tell the black peoples Elijah Muhammad is teaching hate.
That's what
That's right. That's what they say.
I'm so glad that he didn't have to teach me. If he did teach hate, he didn't have to teach me.
What's that?
I hated that dog brother before my father married my mother.
That's right.
What's that?
Right. They have the nerve to tell the black poor innocent victim, black man, that the teacher of truth is teaching hate of him. That's something, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Who could love him? Who could love the devil? Who could love the white man? Who could love the white woman? She's just as bad as the white man.
Right.
She was told about in two parts of the Bible, Joseph and Samson,
Yes, sir.
the white woman. Joseph and Samson. Them two is talking directly to the so-called American Negro, to the black man, which you shall read in our next issue. There should be no need to teach hate of you to a people who were born and brought up under your feet and who daily experience the cruel blows from your heavy boots, because that person already knows that you are the heartless enemy who will not let him go free in a separate place here in this wide territory.
Right.
But you would rather hold them here under your eyes so that you can do evil things to them, beat and kill them while they are helpless. Your enemies would gladly arm every one of them, but Allah God does not want us to bear arms. Various countries will arm every one of us if he could get them to us. Give you any kind of weapon you would desire if you would fight the white man here in this country. Don't do that.
That's right.
Don't take it.
That's right.
Remember, there's only two people, God and the devil.
That's right.
The devil is next in wisdom to God. He's the next man. You don't find another one in between or another one that come forward. He is the next man. He wants to show you that he is God. He wants to fight you with his weapons, the forces of nature, rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, the sun, moon, and the stars. As little as we respect that little dried up piece of our planet called moon, which looks harmless, it has such power of magnetic pull on our planet that it could affect our lives.
That's it. That's right.
We're going to hear some more of that. Think about those great weapons of God, not mentioning the sun, of what it will do. I heard the messenger teach one time about sun and moon. He said that if you could talk with the sun, or talk the language of the sun, it will tell you, black man of America, if you unite together, I'll burn up North America before you could hardly get out of it.
Yes, sir.
He said that. He said that the moon, it says, if you could talk with it, that it would drown out the civilization in a little while. The stars, they say, if you would just let me use mine, I will make all of them go savage and have wrecks everywhere they turn.
Yes, sir.
Because I'll burn out myself just for a little while and throw them completely in darkness. The stars talking that because they get their light from the sun.
Yes, sir.
People don't understand. We're gonna have a good time by and by.
Yes, sir.
But I want it in the now and now.
That's right.
Which looks harmless. It has such power of magnetic pull on our planet that it could affect our lives. That's true. Now comes the Christian big holidays,
Right.
which they call Christmas. With all the fantastic foolishness of jungle savages, they pretend to love worshiping the prophet on the 25th day of December. They staggers drunkenly all over the street campus and most of the homes and churches with card games, dice, and other games of chance, and all kinds of whiskey and beer to celebrate that great prophet with fighting. Excuse, my book is just about gone. Great fighting and killing and eating swine flesh. Such is the day which they call the birthday of Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
I wouldn't care if I was in one of these churches today doing this. Oh boy, I think they'll take the preacher and kick him out of there if they give me about 4 hours with him.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir.
They have nothing of good in their behavior. It is like Isaiah said, this people worship me with their mouth, but their hearts are far from me.
That's right.
This is true.
Yes, sir.
It is all false that Jesus was born on the 25th day of December. But the poor black slave who used to rejoice that his master give him one day of rest from hard labor,
That's right.
which he was made to serve until another day, his master said, was a holiday, was all right with him as long as he did not have to work.
That's right. That's right.
And that's today. They look forward for it. They hurry and get off their jobs. If they're working on the job when this day comes, they say, you can go home, boy, oh boy. You can't beat him out of the plant.
That's right.
I see that. I have stood back and look at them. I say, how fast can they dress? And they'll have their whiskey sitting right beside them. Yeah. I have seen that in the factory. Until this day, they do not stop to ask what is the meaning of his holiday and where it springs from. There is no holiday of the white people which the so-called Negro should worship as his day. He never seeks to find a day of his own on which he can worship.
That's right.
He seeks to worship what the white man worships.
That's right.
That's right.
And look, they give you a holiday. Dr. Martin Luther King,
That's right.
give him a holiday for
right.
you.
That's right.
Well, but where did they put it at? In the coldest month of the year, in January.
Yes, sir.
The coldest month in the year. What do you look like going out in the coldest month in the year trying to worship Dr. King's holiday for?
Cold.
It's going to be cold.
Yes, sir.
January 13th, I think it is, ain't it? January 16th or 13th one. His birthday, 17th. One of them days his birthday, ain't it? Or what? Martin Luther King. Anyway, that's all right. Anyway, that's supposed to be the holiday. That's all right. It's good you got a holiday. Instead of them giving you some money, they give you some of his stamps. You can lick them.
Right.
That's true. In fact, he seeks to worship what the white man worship and feels rejoiced if not permitted to go to war with his master, regardless of whom his master is fighting. even though it be his own brother or family, he thinks he is disgraced if he is not involved in whatsoever his master is involved in. And he believes he has a share in it because he wants the love and respect of his master so much. Yes, sir, I'll go to war.
That's right.
Right.
I'll even volunteer and go to war.
Right.
And the people that you are volunteering to go fight, they are your people.
That's right.
But they won't let you volunteer to go to Africa and come back and fight him.
That's good.
Look at how this dirty dog did.
That's right.
Little bitty Marlin out there the other day. Now he doesn't go but cleared the war on them.
Right.
And they one time was their puppy.
That's right.
They tried to stop and hinder everything that will come to your aid, that will come to help you. They want to stop it.
That's right.
But as the bear that says only you can stop forest fires, and that's true.
Yes, sir.
Only you can stop this thing now.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Teach me.
Yes, sir. Only you. Only you can stop this white man today. Because he wants to get out of reach so that he can drop bombs back on his own country. If he can make his own country in such a way that he can drop bombs on it now and save his white people, he would do so.
That's true.
But oh, good buddy, bad buddy, we have a God on our side today who can crack an atom inside of your guts
That's right.
as you breathe the atom. And I was looking at how many atoms that 50 square miles covered last night. I was looking at it. I solved that problem that's in the 34 problem.
Right.
$401 quintillion atoms in 50 square miles. It's more than that, but I won't go all the way down the line. More than that. And he can take one atom and crack it into 10 million parts, which means he can take one atom and kill 10 million men.
Yes, sir.
That's the God's power.
Yes, sir.
In fact, he does not believe in what he teaches you of Christianity. Even the very basic principles of Christianity is wrong. That's true. The basic of Christianity is wrong and false. The base is 3 gods in one. That's the base. 3 gods in one, and that is a lie.
That's right.
And that one of them had to die being the Son of the Father to save the wicked world of the Caucasian race, is the most damnable teaching against your peace and happiness. It takes you right out of life to believe such a thing. Another false preaching on the 25th day of December. The children between the age of 3 and 12 thinks a Santa Claus is visiting them.
That's right.
Making them believe they are getting presents from some foreign or strange person other than themselves.
Right.
The parents, some of the parents, go so far as to scratch the chimney and tell the children Santa Claus come down here last night. Now that's terrible, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Go and scratch a place there to tell a lie to the child that Santa Claus came down this chimney last night and he was the one that put everything out there last night for his child and went to the store and bought them and hid them from the child. If the child had taken just one fifth out of his case of whiskey and hid it from him, he'd have got one of the worst whippings he have ever got in his life.
Yes, sir. Teach me.
This is outright false and telling other than the truth. They even have pictures made and commercialized on it. We go and buy Santa's picture.
That's right.
How can one come from way around the North Pole driving a small sled-like cart, and where did he buy all of those toys? How does Santa Claus drive his sled in the South where there is no snow or ice from him
That's right.
to drive on?
That's right. Go ahead.
But we taught our children that he did it.
That's right.
Just like we was taught that Jesus was born on the 25th.
That's right.
They robbed themselves of the honor of the child at his receiving their gift. They robbed their own self. They put it on a white Santa Claus. But today we are waking up our children to let them know
That's right.
no such thing exists.
That's right.
It is a lie. We don't even buy our children toys on that day.
That's right.
We'll wait until that day is over with and we see toys. We'll go buy them some toys then, not now.
Right. That's right.
We won't buy him nothing on this day. We won't go and cook a gang of cakes and pies
That's right.
for them on this day.
Right.
And when New Year's come, we're going to buy a hog head and black-eyed peas.
Right.
That's right. Go crazy.
Jesus is gobbled up and commercialized on by a world of evil and sin. And you like this, my people. You love this now.
Right.
You defy anyone, even God himself, to try and remove your love of what is false. Our people are doing.
That's right.
What is false, they will fight you about it.
That's right.
Go home and tell your little baby brother. There ain't no Santa Claus. Mom and Papa's doing all of that tonight. If they hear you, they say, what you tell that boy that for?
That's right.
You know Santa Claus is coming.
They say.
And then Mom and Papa need they behind wood.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. for teaching such falsehood to children.
Right.
And our people don't like the Muslim people who teaches the truth concerning what this devil has taught us.
That's right. That's right.
Come on, look at it.
He could not have been born on December the 25th by these words. While the shepherds watched their flock by night.
Right.
If it had been in December, how could they have been
Yes, sir.
sitting out at night watching the flock eat good green grass?
Go ahead. That's right. That's right. Listen.
December is winter time.
That's right.
Winter starts on the 21st day of December. You are 4 days into winter there. Of course, there are some parts of the earth where winter does not come. And there is pastures for the sheep all year round. But it is not like that in Palestine. In the winter, especially at night.
Right.
It's cold in Palestine, brothers and sisters. According to the Christian sayings and representations, the Son of God is worshipped out. His birth is mocked and disgraced with drunkenness, murdering, gambling,
Right.
and every type of evil committed on such a day by the Christians while the Muslim walked through their midst soberly.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Peacefully fasting through the month and not thinking of drinking alcoholic beverages, not eating the flesh of anything, eating once a day, and that only at night. He's talking about Ramadan. At the same time, the evil Christians, the evil Christian world disgraced the name of one of the most perfect prophets of the past, Jesus. Should not God take revenge on them for such mockery of Jesus?
Yes, sir.
They lie when they say Jesus was born without the agency of a man. Then they lie off of his death and say that he rose again physically.
Right.
And yet the black preacher today in this modern advanced spiritually scientific world, which represents such falsehood, scorn the truth of Islam, entire submission to the will of God. That's what Islam means. Should not the preacher of divinely chastise, as it is written that he will be. It's written in the book, Bible and Quran, that they would be divinely chastised from God for such things that they have done, helping the devils to gain you over to them. It's written. The Pope of Rome knows that his followers here in the West are making a mockery of Jesus and his teaching, but he will not try to change it, for he is the father of it, the church.
Right.
The sign of Christianity is death. The sign of Islam is life.
Right.
The sign of Christianity is death. The sign of Islam is life.
That's right.
Teach your children the truth. Make them practice truth. Make them practice truth. And do so yourself as their guide. You do so as well as you tell them. There's some more to it, but we won't go that far. A little bit, about that much more. Christmas on the 25th day of December comes another Christmas day. That's why he's speaking again there. Now, whose day is it? If it's not Jesus' day, whose day is it? It has been taught by God himself, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, that the 25th day of December is the day of Nimrod.
Right.
That's the day he was born on.
Sir.
Now, we want to read a little about him, and then we're going to stop. About Nimrod. Here in this book, Pamba, you might say Piyamba, the messenger. He was before Muhammad. There always was messengers. He was before Muhammad was born. This was translated from Persia by L.P. Ellswell's Sutton. This is volume 1. You know, it's good to have a little proof of books, because some of our people don't believe in nothing that if you can't show it to them in a book.
That's right.
This, we want to excuse me. I don't want to try to go through all of it, because there's a lot of it. This is concerning Nimrod, what I'm trying to give to you. The man that this day is his birthday. Abraham. This is concerning Abraham and Nimrod too. Abraham met Nimrod. And this is his birthday. I'm going to give you a little of it. I wanted to read it a little to you. This was the well of Zimzim. The messenger, he drinking from this well when he went to the east. The well of Zimzim. That's in the Holy Quran, chapter 21, 68 and 9. Abraham, known to men as the friend of God, was born of a father named Terah. In the Bible, or Azah. According to the Quran, God alone knows the truth. He was one of the confidential officers of Nimrod, king of Babylon. This half-legendary king of Chaldeans, some round up there on 6 Mile Road,
Right.
and Asia, inspired fear and reverence in all hearts. And was commonly addressed as the ruler of the world. This king, Nimrod, addressed as the ruler of the world. This day tomorrow, this is the man you's washing up. He was the first man in the world to establish rule by force and dictatorship. Nimrod. His large swollen nose, his round luxurious eyes, framed in a small pocket, mocked face, give him an owl-like appearance. You ever seen an owl?
That's it.
Well, that's the way he looked.
Go ahead.
His intense aggressiveness and the domineering manner was no more than a mask to distract people from the sight of his ugly face.
Yes, sir.
His great palace, with its wall covered from top to bottom with plates of precious metal and rare gems gleaming from its tower and battlements, served to elevate his own feelings of pride and to stress the humility of his people. The humility. Whenever he left his palace, he was escorted by a routine of dashing horsemen, their steeds decked with chaplet of gold. And on the forehead of the 2 horses of his personal chariot shone 2 great star-like diamonds, while their horseshoes were of polished silver. Those who were unable to escape the onrush of this swift-flowing flood stood still with their heads bowed to the ground in homage until the procession of the tyrannical hunter, he was a hunter, had passed. His power ruled over everything. His good or bad opinions could mean a man's prosperity or destruction. Nimrod. His will was the key to destiny. All tried to determine their fate with a few words from his ill-shaped mouth. The most beautiful girls of the Chaldeans and Asia adored the pearly rooms of his night of pleasure and self-indulgence. He was a hellcat, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
Nimrod, no wonder they worship him up. But buddy, your day has just about gone now. It's nighttime now.
Yes, sir.
The people was too afraid to take any steps to destroy this tyrannical power. They opened their hearts to God, seeking his help, But even this road Nimrod tried his best to close. The Eastern storytellers tell the following tales. Nimrod conceived the ambition of conquering the heavens, of actually challenging the power of God. And wise, the power of God, and wise men of his court set about devising a way of him to climb to heaven. 4 eagles was taken from their mother's nest and fed on meat and wine. When the broad of power, when the broad and powerful wings had reached their full extent, they were kept hungry for a few days. Then a coach was brought, and each corner of it fast to an eagle's leg. I think I mentioned something like that last Sunday, didn't I? Then a coach was brought, and each corner of its fastening to an eagle's leg above this royal seat for Nimrod was suspended a leg of mutton. That's what they to look at. They got to get that, you know. How you put something for a dog to run a race, you put a rabbit in front, right?
Right.
Well, that's what he was doing with the eagle, putting this mutton in front of this eagles so that they could see it all the time, but they'll never catch up with it. Now he's sitting in there. Nimrod took his seat together with one of his courtiers. The fastening of the eagle were relieved, and the hungry birds craved the meat, rose up, and soared into the sky. And with them, as they climbed, they carried the coach. As they flew on, the courtiers reported to his royal master his observation from the heavens. He was going to heaven. You understand what I'm trying to get over to you? He was going to heaven with the eagles flying with him up. And in front of the eagles was this piece of mutton that they're trying to get. And they got them going straight up. Now after that, let me finish reading this little part here. And with them, as they climbed, they carried the court. As they flew on, the courtiers reported to his royal master his observations from the heaven. The mountains heave in movements. You know what that is, don't you? The mountain heaves in movements. As you pass telegram posters when you're in your car, you see them passing. And when you're in the airplane, look down, you see the mountains down, and you're passing them in the airplane. Well, that's what he was doing by the fastness of the eagle going, taking him on up. These was heaves meaning in the movement of what he was doing and what he was seeing. You get me now?
Yes.
He said a great sea surrounded the world, and the earth lie like a little boat in the midst of it. See, he was so far away. Because an eagle can span any body of water. He can go across it Pacific, Atlantic, or the Indian Ocean, and his high speed is 160 miles per hour. That's the eagle bird. There are some little birds like what you call these little birds? Around a flower.
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird, that's him. He can travel faster than the eagle can, but his distance is short. He can't go far. But his speed is far faster than the eagle. So this is Nimrod. The day that the people is worshiping up, and the man that he's worshiping up, I'm telling you the truth.
Yes, sir.
Here it is. They climbed so high that they reached the zone of darkness.
Yeah.
Both became afraid. In order to return, they torn down the pole on which hung the leg of the mutton. So that's a sheep, right?
Yep.
A mutton is a sheep or goat. It's a goat. I thought it was a mutton was a sheep. That's what I took it to be, a sheep. I think that is what it is. I should know. I have ate plenty of it. So that it was now beneath the eagles. And so they came slowly down to earth again. Now, he was trying to do more than anybody else in the gods. Another fabric is found in Eastern literature that tells of this king's birth and upbringing. One day God sent for Azrael, the angel of death. Of all the souls of men that you have claimed, he asked, whom did you pity most? Nimrod killed more people than any king. One day Azrael replied, Thou commandest that I wreck a ship at sea and take the souls of all those on board, except for a mother and child. These two clung to the plank, and the waves carried them to shore. There again thou sayest, take the soul of the mother and leave the child alive. So I took the mother's soul, this Nimrod, I took the mother's soul and left the child alone with her lifeless body. But my heart bled at the sight of his vein, attempted to suck at her death breast. This was the most grievous of thy commands that I ever performed. But you did not know the whole story of that child, replied God. I guide him to a thicket full of lilies, rare and scant flowers, trees laden with fruit, springs of sweet limpid water, thousands of sweet-tongued birds sang in that garden. For a bed I give him leaves of the eglantine. I don't know what they is. I'm telling you. I'm just reading it. I don't know what them things are. So I ain't going to try to tell you. I might tell you a lie. I told the sun not to scorch them. I blew the breeze softly upon him. I told the cloud not to rain on him. I commanded the lightning not to burn him. As once I had taught love to his own mother, so now I instructed a leopard that had just littered its young to give him milk and to cherish him as one of his own children. That animal served and protect him until he grew up and put aside a udder. Then I charged the Pharisees. Pharaoh, you know what that is. You know, they used to read them in the book. Pharaoh had a wand to do this and that, you know. To put words one by one upon his tongue so that he might learn the art of speaking. The child's name was Nimrod. That's the man that they are serving tomorrow and today. I did these things. Some things I want to explain, but I don't want to keep you to dark. I did these things that he might see my beneficence for him. This was God letting him. The beneficent means to God. Letting him so that he can see that he is God and not you. And might have no excuse for misconduct. But instead of his gratitude was such that he cast my faithful servant into the flame of the sin of worshiping me, his faithful servant. The dust of the pride and conceit lay so thick upon his heart that he forbade men to turn to me. He claimed the vanity of himself and even conceived his own mind and foolish ambitions of conquering the heavens. Nimrod. Man's self is raving wolf upon whose neck thou shalt always be a chain. The people of Chaldees and Israel could not see, but they all heard of Nimrod's extraordinary conduct. In that age, all men was adulterous. And so Nimrod too wanted to make himself into a god. His psychopathic courage accepted his claim even before he did. In those days, astrologers and soothsayers were the most respected of men. Soothsayers are found much in the Chaldeans. Young men in love, woman whose children were sick, merchants whose capital was in danger, the ailing, the downcast, and the oppressed seeks after ranks and fame. People of every sort, condition gathered in the house of the soothsayers and sought from them the answers to all their problems. They believed them to be a window upon the unknown world, a world that was kindled from them. Then the knowing world, excuse me, I'll go back. A world that was kindled to them than the known world. Not kindled, kinder. A world that was kinder to them than the known world. This fixed their eyes steadfastly on the lips of the astrologers, hoping to learn what shape their destiny was to take. Like all the rest, Nimrod himself was immersed in the same sea of superstition. He had a private astrologer on whom he relied as on the staff in his hand. One day this man came running to him headlong. The movements of the stars showed that soon a child will come into the world who will destroy your greatness and power. The same day Nimrod slaughtered thousands of newborn children. He gave orders that henceforth the men and women of his kingdom should stay apart from one another. You understand something? That you are in this part of the world, how stay apart from each other. They don't want to see you gang up and talk together. They don't want to see you nowhere around.
That's right.
And on Christmas Day, a lot of them goes to jail for having parties and whatnot, in the drinking of their whiskeys, and now it's worse of the crack, all these things. Should stay away apart from one another. And to ensure this, he placed a spy in every house. But Uzzah loved his wife, Usha, not Isha, Usha. She was as soft and beautiful as the morning, as captivating as Hindu dawn goddess of the same name. She deceived the royal spire and spent a whole night in the arms of her husband. You understand?
Yeah.
Soon she knew that she was pregnant, and in due course she gave birth to Abraham, fearful of Nimrod's wrath. She took this, what this part is saying about Abraham there. She took this man, the spy, into the house. She being pregnant already with Abraham, he couldn't make her pregnant anymore. See what I'm saying? So she took him, and in his arms she rested all night to get what he had. Like Delilah. And like these out there in the streets. And in due course she gave birth to Abraham, fearful of Nimrod's wrath. Uzzah took the child out of the city and hid him in a cave. Abraham. That was Abraham. See, after it was born, he took Abraham and hid him in a cave so that Abraham wouldn't get killed in the murder of these thousands of children. You understand the reading there, what he's saying? Some of these reading is so much until they fix it so, if you can get the understanding of it, then there it is. Abraham grew up amazingly quickly in that cave. It was said that a sheep came and gave him milk because God was watching over him, but God alone knows the truth. At all events, he grew up and learned to walk one day. He found his way out of the cave. The night was dark, but the stars were shining in the sky. The dark desert terrified him, but the peerless skies offered him a welcome. On the earth, there was nothing but inky darkness, but in the sky, the twinkling candles of the stars. Here was reasons enough for him to be interested by the latter. With the starlight there entered into his heart an instinctive reverence of God. The thought came into his mind that behind all these celestial beings there must be a creator. That's Abraham. We're going to come to Nimrod again in a few minutes. The stars, he said to himself, gathered together like flocks of sheep in the Milky Way of the heavens, must be the creator of the world. And looking up at one of them, he said, "This is my God." But the stars sat. No thought Abraham, this is not the creator whom I must worship. The beautiful moon rose and ran behind the delicate laces curtains of the clouds. Though their myriads fold her light, shed lustre upon the earth, gently moved beautifully and more kindly. "This is my creator," said Abraham to himself. "She is greater and brighter than those others." But the moon too set. Now the great sun arose. "This is the greatest of them all," exclaimed Abraham. "He must be the creator of everything." But the sun too sank down into a furnace. That's, he's talking there about being red. You know, see the sun red in the evening time? Going into a furnace of redness, and the red is be around it. And Abraham felt certain that even this was not the God for whom he was seeking. He turned his face towards him who created the heavens and the earth. Holy Quran 6, chapter, verse 80. Just then his mother, who came constantly to see him, found him outside the cave and decided to take him back with her to Babylon. She did not try to conceal him from Nimrod, assuring him that the child had been born before the soothsayers warning Nimrod believed her. The magnificence of Nimrod's court, which dazily all open eyes made no impression on the simple desert mind of Abraham. He could not believe that this ugly face or any of the other idols was the creator of the world. Abraham talking. The creator of the heavens and the earth, he was sure, must be a being more powerful than this one or these. So he worshiped this being. He tore aside the curtains of fear and superstitions in Babylon. It was first called Babel, built by Nimrod. In the Quran say he sent two angels, Allah sent two angels there to destroy Babel, which is Babylon. Their name was Harut and Marut. Harut and Marut. It's found in the 2nd chapter in the Holy Quran. He called the first on his father and then on all the people to abandon idolatry. He broke down the aisles and started an uproar in the city. The ministers of the Babylonian god hailed him before the king. Who is your God? Said Nimrod, talking to Abraham. Angrily, he is the one who gives both. Now, this is Abraham's answer. It says it at the end of the words. He is the one who gives birth, who gives both life and death, not birth, but it does signify birth. He is the one who gives both life and death, replied Abraham. I am the giver of both. Conversely, with rage, Nimrod shouted for 2 prisoners. At once 2 miserable, ragged creatures appeared loaded with chains. Kill one and spare the other, cried Nimrod. The severed head of one fell before him, but the other flee with pounding hearts through the opening palace gate. Abraham, do you see? Said Nimrod. My God bring the sun from the east, answered Abraham. If you are a God, bring it from the west. That got him. Nimrod was confounded. He ordered Abraham to be cast into prison. Abraham, however, endured the iron chains of imprisonment, but Nimrod could not endure the chain of his thoughts. There's more of it. The time is expired. There is more of it. It is told there in the Quran that Abraham went into fire and whatnot, and showing that he was God's friend, and Allah took care of Abraham and brought him forward. And when Abraham got to the age of 90 years old, he then became a prophet of Allah and brought forth a son named Ishmael from a woman named Hagar. And that Ishmael today is called to be you by Bible and much of the prophecy, because this woman was a handmaid for Abraham's wife, Sarah. So what I have told to you, read to you from this book, Pembroke, the messenger. There is a whole lot that we never knew anything about. And the Christian people today is serving Nimrod. He was born on this day, the 25th day of December, not Jesus. Jesus was born on in the second or third week of September, not December at all. Not born by a God that you can't see, but Joseph was his father. Someday I'll give you that story over again of the birth of Jesus. Bring the people, let them hear the truth. I'm not here to tell you a lie. In reading sometime I might pronounce a word because of the catching from the focus of the glasses, and then again in the reading of the words, I don't start to try to make the understanding of it because it comes from another language, so I don't bother with it. But it is written there in English. So Nimrod was the man that we worship. All the while we've been in America until 1930. 370 years we worship Nimrod for Christmas. He's the man that put the Christmas tree for you. That is known as a fire tree. And when you put everything around it, it's easy to burn when it gets dry. That's why the Ku Klux, they use that tree to burn it, because that's a fire tree. When they wants to lynch a black man, they burns that fire tree, which is a Christmas tree. And they have it made out of cross. Because that's not my God. That's why he'll burn it. My God is Nimrod. Thank you, brothers and sisters, by being so patient to listening and to hearing today. I thank you for all of your patience. Come back next Sunday and bring some more. You'll have another good subject, which we probably won't do hardly any reading in it, but we'll have it. I read that. I wanted to read that to you to show you, because there's a lot of it. Nimrod was such a bad fellow. He married his mother, and Allah, according to the death of his mother, he turned her into a white pigeon. So don't eat a white one, you might eat his mother. So that's true. That's in there. It's a lots about the fire tree, of how it comes on up, how that you go and put things on this tree once a year. You see all of the lights there, that's nothing but fire hung around the tree, and that's what it's called, a fire tree, a Christmas tree. And then our children thinking Santa Claus is going to come to that tree and put all of them little toys all around this tree, and the devil take that same fire tree and makes a cross out of it and come and set it in your yard when they get ready to lynch you, and burn it, set it afire. It's easy burnt. It's easy burn. That's why they can burn it winter or summer. That tree can burn it anytime. So I say to you, my dear beloved brothers and sisters, be of good courage and cheerful. Be cheerful and of good courage, and know that I'm telling you the truth.
Right.
Whatever that I say to you, I have proof of it. I can prove everything that I talk to you about. If it don't be in some other book, I get message to the black man, how to eat to live. Our Savior has arrived. I'll prove it to you. That's right. One day I want to take the subject of how to eat to live. I want you to know something.
Yes, sir.
One person said that I didn't know nothing about how to eat to live. I would like to talk it just a little bit so that you will know that I know. And if you try it the way that I tell you, you'll find out that your life will be lengthened longer than that what the white doctors give. They have lengthened your life 10 years. You can live 10 years now longer than what you have been by what they do to you. Master Farad came and told us how to live 125 years from the time that he came to us, just by knowing how to eat to live. Don't have to go inside of you and cut up the all up and all of those things. run back to the doctor every day or so, but he did lengthen it 10 years. Master Farad lengthened it to 125 years, and then says if you do certain things in how to eat to live, and fasting, you can put it as long as you want to. You can live as long as you want to. But if we worship Santa Claus in Nimrod's day, we'll be a dead duck Tuesday morning. That's right. Tuesday morning, if men have to go to work, plenty of them ain't going to work.
That's right.
His stomach to be telling him, so I can't go with you today. You put too much of it in me. That's true. When a man get drunk and got a hangover and got all of that stuff in him, the poor stomach the next day tell you, don't treat me like that no more. Leave me alone. Don't do me like that. That's what it's telling you when you got a hangover. Your stomach's telling you, don't do me that way. I won't live long. And you don't. You don't. Thank you, my dear beloved one. Now, I bring my talk to a close. Brother, some even take over because I haven't got started. You know me.
Yes, sir.
You know me. I haven't give Nimrod his real chariot. You know, I got two eagles too, you know. I want to put him in that chariot of mine and let him fly up there. Thank you. Now, do you have a question that you would like to ask me? Yes, sir.
What month is Ramadan? What month is Ramadan?
The month of Ramadan, you're in it. The month of Ramadan, you're in it. Now, there is another month that the Arabs takes, which is in the summertime, and it goes by the changing of the moon in July and August. Sometime you run over into August. But the messenger gave us this month. He asked Master Farad, could we have the month of December for Ramadan, because the days are shorter and you're not supposed to drink water, not supposed to eat meat in the month of Ramadan, and you try to live as clean as you possibly can in this month. This is the month that Messenger Elijah Muhammad asked Almighty God Allah to let him give you this month, and that keeps you away from Christmas. You know, you won't be thinking about I can. That is, if you're true Muslim, you understand me?
Yes, sir.
But I go out here and get me a bottle of beer. I can get a little shot over here to so-and-so's house and come back. I'm feeling all right, but they don't know I got it. You know, to keep away from that and live a clean life. That's what this month is for. And it helps you a whole lot. It's a fasting month. You eat when it's dark, both times. You get up early enough to eat, and you go without water. You eat before the sun come up, while it's the dawn of the morning. Before the sun's come up, you eat, drink water. Then you don't eat no more until the sun go down. You don't drink no more water till the sun goes down. It may get with you for a couple of days, but that's all right. Don't fall victim to it. If you do, it's better to stop, and then you won't be in as much trouble. When a person don't make the month of Ramadan, if he started and don't make it, breaks it, that's like the people that make the Hajj, the pilgrimage to the holy city Mecca. Some dies along the wayside, and if everybody could take the month and not break it, won't nobody die. But the sign is, when you break it, that's the sign of somebody's going to die, and somebody dies, then time to go. all over. Different people, devils died too. They get too hot over there or something other happened to them. So, because they have Hajj every day, every year, all the time. You can go millions and millions and millions of people go there. But that, according to the messengers teaching us, that is not the Mecca for us now. We have to build our own holy city. We have to make our own holy city now. That one, they have fought in that city. And they have people that will steal anything you got. So that can't be holy people in there, No, not holy anymore. Holy is like no man's land. You heard of that? No man's land, where you go, if no man been there, that's holy. That's holy ground. That's why the God said to Moses, Moses, take off your shoes, for the ground you stand on is holy. You can talk to me now. Another question? Thank you, my dear beloved one. I feel like I could talk to you all day. But we ain't going to take all day. I'll take this one. Okay.
Why shouldn't you drink water during one of those?
Why you don't drink it? It is because that it's where another one live in. Fish live in water. And that's what you are supposed to eat. So you won't drink the water and eat the fish during the time of your eating. And this is the cause, as you have heard people say, that in that day the dog will eat hay like the ox, and the lamb and the lamb would lay down together, and the lamb, he would eat hay like the ox would eat it, and nobody bother each other. You heard of that? Well, that is written in the book, in the Bible too. And many writers write that the lion and the ox would lay down together, and the both will eat hay. The lion would eat hay just like the ox would eat it, and the lamb too. And the lion won't bother neither one of them. They all be together. They will have peace. Peace. This is the paradise that Allah will give to us. We won't be shooting at each other and killing each other. It will be peace. And our greetings word shall be peace, which is Assalamu alaikum and wa alaikum salam. Thank you. I thank you. I shall now turn you into the hands of okay. Thank you. I didn't see it. Okay. Wa alaikum salam.
Brother Minister, the last question that you answered for the brother, did you mean that you do not drink water in the month of Ramadan, or do you mean from sun up to sundown?
From sun up to sundown, you got to have that water, sister, because like.
Thought that you meant not to drink water in that month.
Well, he gone now, ain't he? No, not that. You have to have water. If you drink water, now you can't do it like I can do. Some days I don't drink water. But so one's coming up before the month of Ramadan is out. I got to drink some water. Yeah. So that is that. You drink water in the morning when you eat. But you don't drink or eat no more, not until dawn. Till the sun is down, then you drink water, and you can eat then till the sun rises the next morning. Yeah, you can eat all night. But you can't do that in the day. You must leave it alone. That's what's called a 30-day fast. And with that you can read the Holy Quran, which has 30 parts in it. When you read the last part, that's the last day of Ramadan. You've been unread the whole book. Thank you. I thank Allah for the knowledge that He have given to us.
Yes, sir.
Of self. Assalamu alaikum.